What is going on, YouTube world? What is going on, everybody outside the YouTube world? It is I, your conquistador, Javier, and I am hanging out with the Literary League of Heroes on Oprah Boys Book Club.
Oprah boys.
Oh boy!
Boys, or BBC. I got D-Hide and Mind Shifts, aka Comics on the Mind, aka Kirk. What's going on, guys? First of all, how's everything? Kirk, how's everything, man? Everything okay? Everything been doing good?
Oh yeah, I'm alive. I'm breathing. Like I said, just teaching from. Or we haven't just started teaching honestly, but just working from home and working with other teachers to like start getting work out to the kids. It's been intense. I'm worried about how my students mental state is going. If they're getting enough food. So I got all these things racing in my head, but like we were saying off air, just trying to stay positive is the number one key.
Definitely. Are you doing the whole Zoom thing?
Yeah. So I've been doing Zoom trainings. I have to do a practice Zoom meeting tomorrow with one of my coworkers. So they broke us up into groups so we could just get into the practice of like hosting Zoom sessions. So.
Yeah, man. Kudos to you, bro. You're still working hard, man. You're still as important as anybody else that's going through all of this. The educators, the teachers, they're doing everything they can to keep the students going, and
I'm just
keep you have an eye out for the students, and that's what's awesome, man. So keep it up, brother.
Yeah, I was able to talk to them before spring break last week, so it was good to hear some of their voices and know that they're good. And some of the students I didn't get a chance to contact because their phones were off or they were busy. So, but most of the students that I got a chance to talk to and their families, like they're doing good.
Yeah, and you're doing good too. So that's awesome, man. Still reading, so that's good. Are you able to pick up anything, or you just like any eBay buys, or you just
I did get some eBay buys. I got some. Really,
we'll wait to hold those. Wait to show those off. We'll wait.
Okay. I'll show you.
We got D-Hide in here, man. How's everything with you, brother?
Everything's all right, man. Everything's going all right. It's just another day. It's all the same, except that it's completely different. It's weird having to just. I work from home anyway, so it's weird just having to work from home. But now everything is like a Stephen King novel. So yeah, it's strange. This is awesome. It's strange, and I hope it passes, and I hope everybody's not affected too much. But it's interesting times.
Yeah, interesting times for sure.
Awesome
man.
is a bad word for it. I'm regretting using the word. I've been sipping Irish cream a lot during this pandemic, so I guess I've been having a cheerier outlook on things because I'm pretty drunk on Irish cream most evenings.
Cheers to that.
I'm on it.
Cheers to that. I got to get you gift you a digital copy of Death Stranding or something.
I got that.
Oh, you already have that on
my friend. My friend lent it to me, and I got on it.
Oh, sweet.
I was about 30% through with it when I rented it, and then I gave it back, and it was a little bit. Then my friend lent it to me. I'm like, all right, let's get back at it. I had no idea what to do. All the buttons.
You lost your place.
Yeah, all the buttons, all the combinations, everything you got to do, gone. Yeah, it's like, I got to start this over.
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening. Yeah, you got to start over. And you're just
it wasn't that much, but still.
Yeah.
I got to do it again.
Yeah, man. I've been doing a lot of organizing. I got into, man, what's that game that we've been playing? Man, I forget. No Man's Sky. Have you guys heard of No Man's Sky? It was for PS4 and then Xbox, but I played on PC. But it reminds me of Decorum, which is actually one of the books that we're gonna review today. Yeah, but yeah, Oprah Boys Book Club. We got some people in the chat. Life with two YouTubers.
Sharon.
Just wanted to make sure that everybody was okay. D-Hyde and Kirk.
Yeah.
You know, like D-Hyde said, it is a weird time for everything that's going on, but we're persevering. D-Hyde, have you been any recent pickups or any recent EV buys or?
I bought some stuff on eBay. I'm waiting on it. I actually made a good victory today, and it was kind of hilarious because like I made an offer that was like a little bit lower than the asking price.
Nice.
He said no. And then I offered him what he was asking. Then he said no. Then I offered him more. Then I offered him more. And then he said no. So I waited for the bid, and I ended up getting it cheaper.
Like,
Yeah, no, I felt pretty good. And I got 5 weird war tales that I've been looking for.
Oh, cool.
Pretty decent price. Like,
nice.
Yeah, I haven't been looking for an old title in a while. Weird War Tales is the first of that. And I got some coming that I got from Take the Time Collectibles that I'm still waiting on.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I think I got to go drop off a book to Brian over there at Take the Time Collectibles at his shop. So maybe we can take a ride over there one day.
Yeah, definitely. See what else I got.
Yeah,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Ride in, you know. Go get some comics, some Weird War Tales. Yeah, we got some people hopping in and out of the chat. We appreciate you being here. We're going to do some book reviews. That's what we do over here in the Conquistador Comic Book Club, Oprah Boys Book Club.
Boys.
Left with 2 YouTubers, Steve Whiting, 90MF Comics. What's going on, everybody? So we got 4 books that we decided to pick out today, and we'll just get right into it. OBBC, Open Boys Book Club. The first book we did was, or the first book that I want to go over is a more recent one. Is Strange Adventures. Just kind of came out this year, 2020. I believe like 3 weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a Tom King book by Mitch Gerads. And I believe there's also somebody else on the creative team.
It's Tom King, Mitch Gerads, and Evan Shaner.
Evan Shaner?
Yeah, that's what it says. 3 names now.
Oh, wrong button right there. There we go.
What?
There you go.
Nice. I guess he gets the coloring. The
Yeah, I'll check for you right now.
Yeah, the book was very well laid out. It was very interesting, a very interesting read. Not much space, which was I was expecting a little bit more space because it is an Adam Strange, like Strange Adventure story. But we did get that sort of sci-fi feel, but more in that weird Tom King realism sort of weird sci-fi-ness. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was, I don't know how to describe it too, because like you said, you expect like space battles, but it's more about like what he stands for, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? For what he did, Yeah. So it was interesting, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to get into it a lot more as to what it is exactly he's being accused of, besides the murder of the guy who was yelling at him, which he obviously didn't do.
Right. So at the
crimes,
yeah, exactly. So at the beginning, we have this sort of story. I've never read any Adam Strange. I don't know if you guys have read any Adam Strange.
I'm familiar with him from he's popped up a lot in a bunch of different things, so I'm kind of familiar with his deal a little bit. I haven't read a lot, but I know a bit about him. I know what his deal is.
Yeah, he's a sci-fi, space. He's a human that got hit with the Zeta ray, right?
Yeah, and transported to like that planet, right?
Yeah, to that planet ran.
Yeah.
And then he'd randomly for different periods of time have to zap back and forth between planets with not of his choice. Ended up getting a family, being a war hero and a hero for them up there, and would randomly get zapped back.
So it's kind of cool how the story you don't need to know much about the character. The story kind of paints a really good picture of who the character is. If you have no kind of like pre-knowledge of who he is, um, at first he's depicted as this, hero, this American hero, this space hero, and then as you start reading, it's not the lines, like reading in between the lines, it becomes more apparent as you start reading more and more and more, and by the end of the issue you're left wondering, like Kirk said, is this guy a good guy or is he a bad guy? What has he committed that people are questioning him about?
Well, I think it's been the quote unquote, the atrocities that he's caused on the other planets that he was fighting for. He was killing those people that he was fighting for, and so like, I guess at least that's what I took from it. I could be wrong. That people were on Earth were pissed. That he made those choices. I don't know. Like, I'm definitely interested to see how the next issue lays it out. But he's writing a book though, right?
Oh yeah, he's writing his memoir.
Yeah, the character, Adam Strange in the comic book had written a book, and I guess he's on this book tour promoting his book. And it's very interesting how Tom King throws in that like realism, and Tom King has he has to go on tour, he has to deal with the publicity and politicians are calling after him to make appearances, and the stress that he has to deal with, and all of a sudden he starts being ousted for doing all these horrible things, and things start to get dicey. It's
and to touch on the realism thing, like the tight panels of like when the fans are talking to him about the book and the line for the book signing, like how tight and close up in on the faces everybody is, because that's like his point of view. Like they're really good at subtle things like that. It's pretty. They're an amazing team. They get across a lot.
Almost like watching a movie, kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's very cinematic how they frame everything out. It's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
So here we go.
Like once the guy starts shouting and stuff, that's when it, and like the woman blessing him afterwards. But so that's kind of far away because that's a pleasant, cheery encounter, and as it gets worse, it gets kind of gross.
Yeah. The book flips through. It kind of intensifies as you keep reading. You keep getting these sort of reoccurring scenarios in the art and in the book itself, but these sort of reoccurring scenarios become more and more intense.
Yeah, there we go. Like he takes up the whole panel. He's wearing a "Fuck Canada" shirt.
Wow.
And
my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't even peep that.
Yeah.
No, I would not know. Only Derek. Well, not only Derek notices that, but come on, Derek would notice that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. They're really good at everything like that.
The art was great too.
Yeah, it has that whole Mitch Gerard sort of modern, contemporary, I should say, contemporary art feel. It'll have these sort of very deep colored panels, and then you'll have like an action scene will be very colorful. It'll show off Adam Strange in his outfit and things like that. But this is pretty funny. I like this where he's just like pew pew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just kind of remembering and reminiscing, and it's such a good transition to the next page, which is him actually pew-pewing.
Oh yeah.
One thing that I really liked, and I kind of want to get him in like a really cool shot of him in his outfit. Here we go. This is pretty badass. Well, without spoiling the book too much, and before we move on to the next book, I really dug, and I don't know if this is like a Tom King thing, but I really dug how this is him in his outfit, another kind of like deep blue shot. And then the next scene after this, we have an appearance from none other than your boy
Top Cat.
Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember this. That was hilarious.
Can you imagine if this was superimposed with Top Cat though? If that was Top Cat?
pretty great.
That would be pretty fucking awesome.
This part was actually really sad though.
Yeah.
He's almost like desperate, you know.
Yeah.
I need help. Superheroes gotta stick together.
Yeah. And
Well,
when you're calling him the Batman card, that's like you gotta be. You know, it's got to be a serious thing. It's like I can't waste his time. He's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I got planet-ending things to deal with.
Exactly.
Dark Metal's about to start again.
Yeah, pulling the Batman card. I like that. I like that phrase. You know, it's exactly what he had to do, or like what he chose to do, or whatever. And read the book. It's very well written, I should say. You know, look past all the Tom King nonsense. Just read the book. It was very interesting. You get that sort of strangeness. It's strange. It's strange. It's like the best. If you were to sum it up in one word, I'd be like, yeah, this book is pretty strange. But it's good. It's good.
Yeah, and just to speak out to the Tom King, I know the guy gets a lot of criticism, and it's mostly for Batman. And from what I've read, I like it, but I know I'm a crazy person sometimes. But I like the chunk of it. But some people can't do long runs of something well. But he nails these 12-issue series. He's not. Just give that a park. He's obviously really great at those. I like what he does. I get why some people don't for reasons or another, but he's good at what he's good at. Give him a shot.
Yeah. I mean, people have opinions about like all kinds of like Bendis gets a rap for everything. You know, people, and I love like some of Bendis' stuff. Like I'm reading the Bendis' Defenders right now, and it's amazing. You know,
I'm a big Bendis boy. I'm reading his current.
You're a Bendis boy?
Yeah, I'm a little Bendis boy. But yeah, no, I'm reading Bendis boy. But I'm reading Legion of Superheroes that he's doing on DC, and I love it. I think it's great. Like I think it's great. Like some of the best superhero stuff he's done in a bit. It actually feels fun and charming, and he's not going through emotions, and I love the guy. But
speaking of Defenders, that's the next book on their list, but not the Bendis run.
Segue.
Yeah, the 1972 series, the Volume 1 series, recommendation by Kirk, Comics on the Mind. Wait, we show off the cover. There you go.
Oh yeah, look at this cover right here.
You actually have the floppy of it.
Yeah, that Hulk just going ham was so amazing. But the story isn't very intense.
The story is intense for the time, I guess, for us reading it now, for the time that we're in 2020, and then reading this and seeing how they would write back in the 70s. This came out in 75.
Yeah.
Kirk was telling us. It's very interesting, super interesting to read through this. Here's the cover. Just pulled it up digitally. They're fighting the Sons of the Serpent Strike in this issue. And here you got the Hulk and a couple of the Defenders on here. That's what's this guy's Nighthawk. That's his name.
Yeah.
Mr. Valkyrie.
He's an even more obvious ripoff of Batman that Marvel came up with at some
point.
I think that's the thing with, and they loved him in here, and he did some good.
The character Valkyrie also shows up in this.
I love Valkyrie.
In this issue. And I guess this is like the first incarnation of the Valkyrie. I'm not super familiar with the Defenders. I think I've read only a couple issues, but it was just kind of what I expected in the sense of like the street levelness of it, you know,
Yeah.
where like the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, they were gonna fight like whatever
Big, epic, like earth-ending, like scenario battle. But this is like, I feel like it's still a pretty big topic. Like,
super big, dude. I loved it.
The rich and the poor. You have a lot of like blatant racism. Even though it's not. Well, I don't want to go too deep into it. Let's slow it down because it starts off with like Valkyrie, and her helping this these two dudes that were fighting. These two brothers that are fighting, and that page with. Let me show you if I can see if I can find the page because this was like the first hits to like. Oh yeah.
Some Sal Buscema layouts.
So beautiful.
Mike Esposito finished art and Steve Gerber on the writing, which
great Steve Gerber.
The great Steve Gerber, which D-Hyde.
Oh yeah, he's the Steve Gerber was a fantastic writer of weird stuff. He's the creator of Howard the Duck, and he's mostly does weird socio-political things. And a lot of times puts parody in stuff like Howard the Duck is really weird, really awesome commentary on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all good. And he does that heavy here, and
yeah,
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, and and it's very similar to that in tone, except this is a little darker than Howard the Duck is because that is filled with jokes and silliness.
This is more street level superhero stuff, but it's very rooted in that's kind of like so.
So
I think that's supposed to say bloody world, like bloody world order.
Body world. No, I think he's making fun of us.
I smell great.
What's going on, Biggie Shaq? How you
Biggie
doing,
Shaq
Biggie
attack.
Shaq?
What's up?
Also, we got we already shouted out Steve Whitey, but he deserves another double shout out.
Oh, he deserves all the shout outs.
Hey, okay, King.
Highly comic bro. I hope it's loading for you, man. Let me. I think it's loading. Let me know if the screens aren't loading, and guys, if everything's going good, no tech issues. You're gonna mime out for a couple seconds. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Leah was in here. Hi, Leah, what's up? Superior Hero Reviews. What's going on, Superior? Everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out. We're talking about some Defenders book. Kirk, show off that banging cover, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, classic Defenders, definitely. The Defenders. Oh.
Yeah, Derek, were you expecting did you know what you were getting into when you were reading, when you started reading this?
No, not really. There's at a certain point that it hit that I'm like, it's gonna be one of those. There are a lot of that, especially in the time period of the 70s, that are just pretty upfront about what's going on at the time and unforgiving. And Steve Gerber was one of those people who was more like an alternative comic writer who had a job with Marvel for a short time. And he was contentious with them because of the stuff he wanted to write versus what they wanted, and them taking the rights of Howard the Duck and all the usual stuff that the kind-hearted Stan Lee did with character rights and such.
Yeah.
But he was one of those. He was like a crazy person who was ahead of his time when it comes to writing.
What's going on, Geek Aficionado? What's up, G?
Some of the best are a little crazy. Or they embrace their insanity.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I did not know what I was getting into when I was reading this. I like I said, I didn't really read much Defenders, but yeah, it was super interesting. Super, like I mentioned earlier, reading a comic today that was written in the 70s. It's almost like a piece of history, you know?
I agree.
And you're getting that sort of feel and sense of what was going on during that time. And yeah, it wasn't bad though. It wasn't a bad story. It kind of like, I was sort of encapsulated in whatever. I was sort of immersed in the storytelling, and you know, the characters I was familiar with because of the movies and things like that. You know, I it's not my Valkyrie. You know, I hate when people say that, but it's not the most familiar version of Valkyrie that that I know, but I still knew the character. It was badass when she pulled out her sword, and then all of a sudden her armor, her clothes changed, her armor showed up, and I was like, dang, that's badass. So yeah, it was still a superhero book, and I was like, I dug that.
Yeah, and it was cool. Like you said, it was like very street based. Like literally, she's walking down the street, and like these two brothers are like fighting, like knife fight, trying to kill each other, you know. And she approaches them and tries to calm them down, and like it's not worth it. And yes, and it's just like this scene, right? That scene, that third panel is like was what showed me like, oh, it's gonna be like you were saying. It's going to be one of those books.
Yeah.
Because what they said to her is like, that was intense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But she still kicked their butts.
You can read the story and judge for yourself of how like intense it kind of really gets. But it's just like for the times, you know, it's not something that you would see nowadays for sure.
Definitely. Definitely. But like you said, it's a piece of history, and it's a good look into how times were like, you know, in that time frame, you know.
Yeah.
And there's still some. Oh yeah, that was an intense.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the Steve Gerber comedy moment right here, where they're leading up this suspenseful thing. This lady has her baby crying, and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna kill her. You know, it's gonna kill my baby." And then all of a sudden, Valkyrie turns, and it's a big old rat. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I saw that still pretty scary.
It was bigger than a cat. A rat bigger than a cat. Come on.
And rats, you know, they're disgusting. And look at her face. That's not like a face of. She's like genuinely like, oh my god, that thing it's foaming at the mouth. That could kill that baby.
Yeah.
Rats are disgusting. Like New York rats, especially the ones that are big. That was a deranged one that looked like it escaped from the subway.
This is taking place. This is Valkyrie. This is taking place in New York, and
look at that thing. That's a serious.
She grabbed it by the back of the scruff.
They just stabbed the shit out of it.
But I
don't know when I don't know when what's it called? The Shining came out, but this character really looks like the lady from the Shining.
Oh yeah, she does.
Yeah,
you're right.
Elaine. They call her Elaine.
I too, right? The actress that played in The Shining.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall. Yeah.
Yo, we had Man Cave Comics jump in here, and also Crazy Guy Comic. What's going on? Just talking some comics, hanging out with you guys in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. But yeah, man, it was a good story. I don't know if there's any other like really cool moments that stuck out for you, like right off the top of your head. But of course,
awesome.
What's up?
The Hulk was pretty great throughout this whole
thing. I
I
totally agree with you, because there was not to spoil too much, but there was a moment where the Hulk, where they bring that woman and her baby back to like their hideout, and just the interaction with Hulk and the baby is hilarious, because just like you think he's just like some mad, I'm gonna be angry all the time, and he's just like in love with this baby. Hulk loves baby. So it was really good to see him to that side of the Hulk, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, there was one thing. Nighthawk was hanging out at some party for socialites, and he was getting all pissed off. because he was just hating the company and hated everything. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Doctor Strange's house. It should be chill there. I got to talk to him. Let's see what's up. And then everybody there is there and a bunch of strangers. And it's like, I think I got to go. Everybody's like, no.
Hulk is antisocial.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'd laugh if there's like a joke here somewhere.
He's like, I don't think I can stay, Doc.
Like, Nighthawk is antisocial superhero, social anxiety superhero. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. I got to take a look at this some more. This Defender run.
It's Sal Buscema, the inks, and Espinoza, Mike Esposito. Sorry, excuse me. on the finishing art is what they quoted as, and Steve Gerber on the writing. So yeah, it's going to be some good stuff as far as art goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like it's nothing, but even just check out that one frame on the right there, like where of him coming into the door, the perspective, like the behind the back perspective of the Hulk, and I don't know, it's just a really awesome, busy, really good frame.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. Really well done for issue number 22 of the Defenders. It was fun. It was a fun read. Great recommendation by Kirk, Mind Shifts, Comics on the Mind, who he's always got comics on the mind, so he's always got some good recommendations for reads.
Well, I just wanted to start reading some of the back issues that I've been collecting, and some of the stories have been really good. I've just been trying to read through my whole Defenders collection.
Do you have a lot?
I have a good chunk. Here's one though.
Nice.
They're somewhere in this madness, but yeah, they're. And I think there's a slab. But yeah, I have
some good street level superhero stuff. I was never really big into the Defenders. Excuse me. And it was cool how everybody congregated at Doctor Strange's mansion, mansion.
Well, he's the one that put it together, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And it's funny, it's not, it kind of turned street level in that era, because the original lineup is Strange, Silver Surfer, Hulk, and Namor.
True.
So that's I want to read more stuff of that core forward, because that's a hilarious team.
Just, I would love to see Namor interacting with Silver Surfer. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. They're kind of.
I'm cosmic.
Yeah, I just see Namor getting annoyed a lot.
Both.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know what Namor serves. Namor's always that guy who's always ulterior motives.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna. Yeah, I just read the newest Avengers run, and I don't care how much you guys. I don't know how much you guys care for spoilers on that, but you have Agent Coulson back from the dead, right? Because he was gone this whole time, and then Jason Aaron brought him back in this Avengers run.
How did he die?
I forget how he died exactly, but the whole thing is they never revealed how he got back, and they finally revealed how he got back, and he's always been talking to this person on the cell phone. He's always been talking to this higher power, this sort of business, sort of portrayed as this business person.
Oh, it was Vince McMahon the whole time?
It was as close to Vince McMahon as you can get in the Marvel Universe. He was talking to, it ended up just being Mephisto on the other line.
Yeah, you're right.
And Mephisto is setting up this whole thing to set up the Red Guard, the Guardians, the Red Guardians, the superhero Soviet superhero team.
Yeah.
Namor and the vampires, Lord Dracula himself.
That's a good name for a band. Namor and the Vampires.
We're Namor and the Vampires, and we're here to entertain you, yeah!
So it's them three are going to go and attack the Avengers now. And Agent Coulson with Agent Coulson has been setting up the Squadron Supreme of America, and it's like all 4 of them now are gonna team up together.
Because they were at Mephisto's hotel, right?
Yeah, it was some crazy thing that's going on with the Avengers right now. Jason Aaron is just going all full throttle with the Avengers, which is kind of cool, but kind of like, like, where are you going with this, buddy? It's fun.
He's too used to writing cosmic stuff.
No, man, Jason Aaron writes everything.
It's a big vampire clusterfuck, right?
Yeah, I didn't think they would bring vampires.
Once he threw in Lord Dracula in there, he was like, I gotta keep going with this, I can't stop.
They took Thor from me. I gotta do something.
Thor was a brood. You had Thor brood for a little bit.
Yeah,
and Captain America going, you can be the best Thor brood you can. We need you. It's fun stuff.
Yeah.
But we read another 70s book.
Yes, we did. Good segue. This was not as strong a segue as the last one, but it's all right.
Strong, but we're working towards that, that flow. But sometimes you just gotta roll with it. And this second recommendation by Derek Hyde, Weird War Tales. It was I guess I don't not familiar. Oh yeah, I guess there were future volumes, like later volumes. This could be.
I'm honestly not sure what volume this is. Yeah, it might be the first. I think it's not though. But yeah, Weird War Tales.
Issue number 71.
They did some stuff in the mid '90s on Vertigo with all my favorite people.
Yes, Weird War. Definitely love it. My first issue, and I think I'm hooked, man.
Yeah, it's great. Like I found them in a dollar bin. I was like, oh, I've always been meaning to check these out, and I just fell in love. It's the campy horrorness of the Tales from the Crypt stuff, but
I love
about war and all different kinds of war, from future wars to actual things that have happened, to things throughout history. Like it's surprisingly cool. I love it. It's become my new favorite thing, and I'm trying to get my hands on as many as possible. And I want to give a quick shout out to Geek Aficionado, who's in the chat, because I was able to get like some of my first about 5 comics. There was like my second 5 comics of Weird War Tales I got from auction that he put them up at.
Hey, shout out to Geek Aficionado GA in the chat. He's in here. Yeah. He's in here. He's representing. He's letting the people know he has a bunch of these to sell. A bunch of Weird War Tales, I should say. Be more specific.
Get at me. Sorry to interrupt, but get at me on the gram.
Oh man, D-Hyde is already gunning for it, taking claims.
Man Cave is too. Yeah. Man Cave, like, you got a list of them?
Yeah.
Oh, Man Cave, you guys and D-Hyde.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, maybe you'll get Oz.
Me, Biggie, and Man Cave will all work it out.
Rock, paper, scissors.
And now, when I'm getting into them, everybody wants now. All right, now it's a race.
For these comics.
I think like Hialeah and people like that have been mentioning how, like, yeah, you're right. Like the hype of these books have sort of been, I don't want to say skyrocketing, but definitely have been becoming more apparent, more popular. These Weird War Tales. I don't think I have any, but D-Hyde, we're lucky, man. We kind of have our source, if you will.
Well, yeah, I think I tapped that source out of that.
Yeah, it's all tapped out.
Yeah, there's no Weird War Tales left. There's a bunch of stuff in there still. Like there's some Commandi that I think I want to get my hands on. Last Boy on Earth.
Some Commandi, yeah.
I read an issue the other day. Those are pretty awesome. Jack Kirby stuff, written in art. It's good. That's some good stuff.
Commandi is some good stuff. It's some really good stuff. Some very deep lore in there. Some Jack Kirby lore in there.
And I'm sliding in your IG right now. geek aficionado.
Oh, that's dirty, bro. You're doing it live.
Live, people.
Yeah, he's doing it live, BA.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some screenshots too.
He needs screenshots and everything as detailed as possible. Close
I
up.
need every corner. I want to see the pages.
People are coming to the dark side. I mean,
Send me the smell of the book.
it's definitely a side. I don't know if it's a dark side, but it's definitely a side. It's definitely a different read. You know, Kirk was mentioning you kept bringing this up. You brought it up like 3 or 4 times, like how much of a different read
Yeah,
the weird details was.
Well, I don't read a lot of. I don't read this kind of like horror, and it's like almost like horror mixed with like war. And I don't usually though books don't. I'm sure they're good, but they don't usually appeal to me. But from the little that I got a chance to read, it was good. You know.
Oh yeah, no, it's great stuff. It's all campy and some, of course, every story, like some stories are better than others. That's the case in these anthology things.
Yeah.
So
and,
here's I pulled up the first page.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. That opening page is so awesome.
Yeah.
Because this whole episode is this whole issue kind of revolves around death and like the warrior's death, the brave soldier's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Look at this interior art. You're immediately thrown into this different sort of environment, this different sort of tale. It's a weird war tale. Like right off the beginning, you can tell. You know, you even have their like sort of like sci-fi guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Death is our narrator, by the way, through this entire series, and he always dressed up in fun, silly war costumes to narrate each story, each issue.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's the crypt keeper. You know?
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. He's pretty much the crypt keeper, and there's 3 different stories in here. You can consider this an anthology, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's an anthology series.
Yeah, and 3 different stories in here. I don't have exactly who wrote each story and who drew each story. Go check it out. It's issue number 71 that we're talking about.
I'll see if there's any important one.
Yeah. But each story is different. It sort of has this sort of similar theme, but each story is different. It has their own sort of uniqueness to it. The first story is very, very interesting about this guy who gets transported into like war world.
Yeah, like a war limbo.
Yeah, like a war limbo, and then just has to, and then comes out of it realizing,
that all the Roman soldiers
more, like there should be more. There shouldn't just be that, and then it ends heavy, like all of these end pretty heavy.
Yeah,
but it's like it's still sort of campy, like D-Hyde was saying.
Yeah.
It still has that sort of. It's a comic book, It's not supposed to be taken super, super seriously, but at the same time, they can have serious themes written and woven into them.
But I think stories like this are supposed to tug at your emotions, because that's what these kind of books like do. They're supposed to either scare the crap out of you or they make you think, can this really happen?
Yeah.
Or what I do in this situation.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what all these, all anthology stories, all these Tales from the Crypt things, they're all morality tales of they follow somebody and, well, like not this one less so because this guy's just being transported to a war world to be like, oh God, that's not really, a morality tale in the same way. But some of these are. It just shows you sometimes people doing cowardly things or terrible things or bad things and paying for them immediately. Like the last story in this issue is like one of my favorite things I've ever read in one of these horror things. And Biggie, that killer whale commandy cover is so cool. It's like a giant dolphin thing. That's the issue I read. It's so much fun. That dolphin was sad that his friend Ahab, who was a human, got killed in a war, and he took it out on poor Commandi. even though.
Oh man, that sounds intense, man.
Yeah, I gotta get my hands on more of those. That seems like a lot of fun. But
Yeah,
this
man.
third,
Just a quick side note. I know we're talking about some Kirby love. Shout out to King Kirby. We all just have to say it. I won't get into it. All right, go ahead, guys. I hope I didn't ruin your flow too much.
Let's go to the next comic. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, False Prophet. That's definitely like, yeah, that's one of the like. Look at that cover. Hey, see, Death again is dressed up in a conquistador garb because that's the time this story is set place.
Yeah, man, I need to crop this and somehow.
I know, I was gonna say the same.
Conquistadors. He's saying read comics.
Yeah, do it. That would be so cool.
Hold on, apparently, sorry, but this is going to solve a thread that we've been having going. As it turns out, Geek Aficionado sold his Weird War Tale books already to this guy.
It's like a Twilight Zone twist.
Yeah.
Oh!
Those were the ones that I bought.
There was time.
Yeah, I guess
so much time.
So, all right. Sorry, fellas. But yeah, check eBay. They're up there all the time, and you can find them reasonably priced in lots. But yeah, anyway, that is a nice Weird War Tales kind of twist to things. I already bought the books I wanted.
That is kind of a weird war twist type of thing.
But yeah, this whole thing it follows a conquistador who's just a terrible prick. Like it starts off with him killing his ward, and just saying, I need food, I need water. Kills him. Gets found by like a kind of ancient native people who take him in, and they were like being led by a missionary guy who taught them about religion and the Lord. And in doing that, they see this conquistador who has long hair and beard, and they're like, "Oh, that's Jesus." And the guy's like, "Hey, man, they worship me as a god too. When I got here, tell them you're not a god." And the guy's like, "Yeah. I'll let them know I'm not Jesus eventually."
Right, taking advantage of the whole situation type thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he's just Jesus. And then this guy's like, "All right, it's gone too far." He ends up. I got to tell the whole story because I love this.
Go ahead.
He ends up killing the dude, who like the missionary, and like he ends up being the thing. He's like, "All right, I got these people convinced. I'm going to steal all their riches. I'm going to dip out." And he got everything. He's going in the middle of the night like a thief, and they're like, "Hey, Jesus, man, where you going?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I'm just stepping out. I'll be back." He's like, "No, we can't let you leave, man. What will happen if you leave? We figured out something. We want to keep you here. We figured out what the cross is for. It's so you never leave." So they crucify him.
No way.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Hey guys, no, don't leave me up here. I'm gonna die." He's like, "Nah, you'll be back in 3 days." And they just dip out. Yeah, and that's the end of the comic. Yeah, no, this is one of those books I bought from Mr. Aficionado. And yeah, this is some good stuff. Thank you again. But yeah, I love that story. That could be like, I don't know, Weird War Tales should be a TV show on HBO for a little bit, at least a miniseries. It just takes us out.
71 was one of those books, yeah, man.
A fun little mystery that we solved through our Weird War Tales.
Yeah, it's crazy, like Twilight Zone-esque sort of type story, but in this war horror theme environment, you know. And yeah, it was crazy. It's like something I've never read before. For sure. Like I don't, that's the only way I could describe it, but it was so interesting, and it's just like I dug it. Like everything flowed very well and it made sense, and like how Kirk mentioned, those stories are meant to sort of, you know, pull those mind strings, right? Like, what if? Yeah. Like, can this really happen? You know, and that's.
Or what would you do in that situation?
Exactly.
That last story, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was definitely a morality tale. That's definitely all. This guy's a
Totally agree.
the whole thing, like a horrible guy. And his dialogue is so hilarious. Calling everybody idiots and stuff.
Killing everybody off just because they're getting in his way and they don't agree in his way of thought, that's just the prick that he was. But
definitely it's some of my favorite stuff that I found lately. Like I love weird war tales. I gotta find as many as possible. It's a fun.
Yeah, if it's anything like I definitely want to start reading it. Maybe I can buy it in trade, because like I don't know if you guys watched the Creep Show from like the '80s. That was like one of my favorite movies growing up, and like those, like, you talk about pulling morals, like that last story with the dude with the roaches, like he got what he deserved, dude.
And Leslie Nielsen with I can't remember what happened, but with the couple, and I could hold my breath a long time. I could barely remember the thing at all. I think it was Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen.
I haven't seen them.
That's not the one where the monster in the box, is it?
No. This is one of throwing a guy in the ocean, and Ted Danson comes back as a water monster.
Yes, that was the first one. That was a good one too. Yeah. That one, and the one with the monster under the stairs, that was good. When he ended up feeding his wife to that monster. That was hilarious. Yeah, those are great shows. And I didn't even realize, like, as a kid, that those are anthology stories from like comic books. Like, I didn't know Tales from the Crypt was a comic book, like, until I started collecting,
Right.
Yeah, it was all easy. That was like from a time when comic books were mostly not superhero books.
Yeah, it was either war, romance, or like
horror, straight horror.
Detective, noir, everything else.
Yeah.
And then some superhero stuff. But that was like, who gives a shit about that stuff? And now that, it's crazy. World's crazy.
Yeah, man, great show. I got to get into it. I don't know if you can find it, like if it's still around anymore. But
the movies are available places. I'm not sure where. Check on demand if you have like cable. They're usually there.
True.
Like they're usually available pretty easily.
Yeah.
Those are classic cult classic movies.
For sure. Man, got to get into it. I was gonna say I was gonna try and segue into another book, but. I'm just gonna not even try and jump into it.
Not trying to put the pressure on you, my bad.
I guess this is like one of those not superhero books.
Oh yeah, not at all.
This is
stupid bullshit.
Super bullshit book.
Stupid bullshit. Like I love it, but it's Hickman. Convoluted, amazing bullshit.
Yeah, we'll stop teasing it. It's Decorum #1 by Jonathan Hickman, Mike Huddleston.
Give me a sec. You guys vamp for a second. Continue talking about the book. I'll jump in. I gotta freshen up a beverage. My bad.
It's all good, man.
Don't get mad.
It was a single film, so okay. I just gotta check out the single film.
Wait, I think didn't it come out with a part 2 for Creepshow? I thought they came up with a part 2. I may be wrong though.
50s were westerns, horror, romance, and war. Yeah, we got all those western books too.
I forgot about the westerns. Yeah, like Lone Ranger.
Decorum #1 by Image Comics, published by Image Comics, written by Jonathan Hickman. Hickman, of course, has been known as a great writer in the past. He's, worked with Image, and, he did East of West, among other things. And he recently became more popular because of the whole
House of X,
Powers of X, Powers of 10.
And if you can't tell, you can probably see some similarities too. But from what I've heard, like from his other
the similarities are uncanny.
He does it a lot, yeah. What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's going on, Rob? Thanks for being here, man. Talking about some Decorum by Jonathan Hickman. the symbolism to House of X and Powers of X is very, it's like uncanny. It's like there, and not in like not in the whole superhero thing or anything like that.
No,
Just in the way that the book is laid out
it's just
and
like
the images.
But it's also similar to Black Monday Murders, as it's also similar to his Avengers run back a few years ago. To it's similar to his Shield run, and it's similar to like he loves that weird kind of layout.
Yeah.
Like, and all the weird decoder language. Like, I don't know why he tries to put it in everything, but he does, and it always works. So joke's on us.
Yeah,
But,
something like that, you know.
Yeah, I like it. It works, but it is the same thing. But I can't get enough of it. Something about it.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense for the story. It makes sense that he, as a writer, would continue doing that throughout multiple series. Not that he's copying it. It's just the way that he describes his writing, because there's no way that in the confinement of, panels, he can write his story. So he just needs that extra space.
But I also go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's what he's just doing. He's just giving us that extra space. Giving us a little bit more of his time.
Yeah,
it's a lot. We gotta read, but fuck.
But I think that's done purposely because he wants. It's almost like a video game that has multiple replayability. Like he wants you to read his stuff like multiple times, not just once and put it back in the long box. He wants you to be able to go back and find something new, something that that you didn't notice. When you read it the first or second, the third time.
True, that makes sense.
I think that's pretty unique.
That does make sense, yeah. Because sometimes you'll read through it and you'll just be like, okay, you'll just get what you get at face value, and then you'll read it a second time and you can kind of dive more deep into it. That makes sense, yeah.
No, you can't turn your brain off and read this. You got to actually pay attention.
Yeah, man. Hey, Geek Aficionado's got his copy of Rifleman #10. What year did that come out, man? Do you know off the top? Or maybe you can research it. Let us know in the chat, man. That's awesome. I bet that's a Golden Age book for sure. Yeah. Has to be a Golden Age book. It's a 5 or 6. Oh man, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Man Cave was on Javi's channel, and they were talking about like Golden Age books, and I was just like, oh. And I still can't find a Golden Age book. Well, I think I want to start. I don't know, like Spectre Golden Age. I heard is pretty good, but nice. That's definitely a book that's out of like my price range.
Maybe we should review a Golden Age story one day.
That would be cool. Yeah, that definitely would be cool. I'm definitely
see what social political takes we can get from a 1940s.
Yeah.
I doubt there's going to be much of that. We might see some offensive portrayals of Asian people and stuff like that in those kinds of books, sadly, but we're not going to get anything as meaningful as what Steve Gerber put out. It's going to be
crazy. It's crazy how art and literature and movies and music, everything changes with the times. It's insane, but hopefully we can only strive as a human civilization for better. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, talk about some decorum. But it would be interesting to do an interesting Golden Age book. That
would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't like. There's so many pages that I could pull up, from the actual interior art. But just go read the book. It's like here's Derek. Mine's Kirk's.
Well, just I wasn't really expecting this. You see, like these natives, and they just pull out some tech and just start blasting on these these robotic conquerors, almost like robotic conquistadors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was pretty intense. But that page you were showing earlier, that's the most intense part right there for me. Besides the ending part, which kind of made me laugh.
I don't know how much you guys like. Here we have Man Cave saying decorum is interesting. I find I have to concentrate with all Hickman stuff, but I enjoy it. It's like a workout. It is kind of like a brain workout.
Yeah,
it-
no, I
I don't
agree.
want to get too much into it. It talks about, it doesn't even mention terraforming, but it talks about like the creation of planets, I guess, right?
They kind of talk about terraforming a little bit. They basically get all these planets that are in like Goldilocks areas that can sustain life, and they basically preserve them. And it's almost like a, how we preserve the rainforest, but they do it with planets. And you're right. I don't know if they're terraforming them for their own species or their faction or whatever, but
Yeah, it seems like just life, or as a whole, like civilization as a whole, has just gotten so advanced that they just need to kind of like manifest destiny to like
mhm,
an extreme sense.
yeah, like
And
preserve species of like creatures or different civilizations.
yeah, yeah. So it's pretty nutty in that sense, in the whole, I guess, like world building. It can get pretty nutty. Like here's just like a page from the book. You get like a
Yeah, because you need to know the surface area of a planet that you read about.
how many satellites it has, the mass, the
Yeah.
volume. Just
Basic information that you gotta know.
yeah.
Like it's not in most books, because it's about Earth, and we all know the surface area and density of Earth. We don't know the exact number, so we don't need nothing.
Yeah. It's all good. I mean, we get the story of this assassin, right? Assassin, courier.
Well, first
Yeah.
there's the carrier.
Courier. Yeah.
The interaction with her boss. It almost comes off like a mob boss. You're going, smoking the cigar, which was pretty cool, and that interaction was interesting.
Yeah, so that's like chapter 2, I guess, and then I mean, we were talking off air a little bit, and pretty much Derek Hyde was just saying, D-Hyde, you were mentioning how we just need a little bit more of the characters as this.
Oh yeah. Like like it's great and it's setting up a lot, but like I'm not saying we'll get it in the second issue.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a little taste, but yeah, he's definitely going to focus a lot more on that, because we need to know a little more about him, because we just see them doing things or involved in meetings, but can't tell you a single thing about these people, really.
Yeah, but you can tell that she's been working for this mob boss for a while, and like she's one of the best carriers. That's why he's using her, but he's definitely like literally using her because
Yeah, you get the sense.
Yeah, go ahead.
You get the sense of the scenario that she's in. Like priority pays double. This is more shit. Where's this going?
Yeah, you're playing me.
And I guess she herself in this sort of situation where she needs the money, and or she's trying to like make a better name for herself. She's trying to clear her name, and she's kind of stuck.
It's interesting because she was, they were talking about the cryogenics chambers, and she was looking at one of the chambers before she went to go meet up with that dude. So I just assumed that maybe she's trying to raise money to like, save whatever disease her that individual had, because that's why they have those crowds. And it's so messed up because like they're literally making these plagues, they're making these diseases that people are getting, and you have to like pay to these
right.
syndicates to like
the plague.
Yeah, it's so messed up. It's like a genetically made plague that people are getting, and you have to, if you ain't got the money to pay, you die. Or you get cryogenically frozen, and then when you get the money to pay to save that person, then it's so messed up, dude.
Yeah. Art is killer. Of course, we get another sort of contemporary art style. But the art is killer. It's super dope. You get those unconventional panels, but it flows. It all flows very, very, very nicely, and you get that sort of artsy. It's almost kind of nice to look at every now and then. That sort of just like artsy, fancy, just like artwork. You know, how else can you really describe it? You know, but
Yeah,
it was cool.
Yeah, the art gets way better in chapter 3, because I don't know if you guys noticed, like it goes to all black and white except for like the mob boss dude that the assassins there is for, and it's like it's so cool. Like you're meant to like pay attention to him. That's like for me that was like Hickman's like pay attention. What's gonna happen to this dude? So it was really good.
Yeah. So I still gotta finish my chapter 3. Not gonna lie. I'll put myself on the spot. I gotta finish my chapter 3, but this is the guy Kirk's talking about right here.
Yeah. But it was just like their interaction, because like he came at her like rude, and she when she came at him still politely, but and then when he found out who she was, he was like, oh, okay, you're here for business, sit down. It's like, I ain't here for business, I'm here for but I don't want to spoil it, because that ending was really good.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys are into that whole sort of sci-fi, just more serious, I get you can. This is like a serious book, like you get like you have like a weird war tales.
You're meant to like.
You gotta use that brain there.
Yeah,
it's some hard sci-fi.
Yeah, it's a hard sci-fi tale for sure. Like it's interesting where he's gonna go with this. It's interesting how he's tackling this and X-Men, all the X-Men that he's doing at the same time. Like he's one hell of a hard worker, and he's been able to pull this off. I know, D-Hide, you share the same sentiment with a lot of other people, where he can start a project and then it might take him a while to finish it.
Oh yeah, it's not even the sentiment. The guy has done series that are great, and then will not complete them either ever, or take like the 7 years that he did between Shield issues and put them out.
Don't say that.
He does that. So I'm always worried when I pick up a Hickman book that it's never going to finish. But he's just so goddamn good. It's like it's my fault. I keep picking him up, but he's good. What can you do?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Man Cave was saying, I hope Decorum does not disappear with the virus. I hope so too. I think Hickman has I think Hickman has a layout, planned out. So hopefully that will stick around.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I'm more worried about the smaller the smaller comic book companies that are like Niobe, She Is Death, Strange Comics. Like, what's gonna happen to like comic book companies like that? That's what I'm afraid of.
Nice.
Yeah,
man. I'm interested to see where it goes. I dug the first issue. I dug the first for just like a piece of artwork and artwork. When I say artwork, I mean the art and the story. Together. It was worth it alone. So I dig it. Decorum #1, Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah,
we got some Silver Age and Golden Age talk in the chat. I love it.
I know. I've been looking.
Black Hawk books. Whoa, let's go for it, D.
Oh yeah, I found out a fun fact today. Just real quick to jump back on Weird War Tales for a second. That I found.
Yeah, go ahead.
Issue 63, which I'm on the hunt for now, that I learned it contains the first work Frank Miller ever did for DC. So it's like a book, about 20 or 30.
Nice.
Sometimes more, sometimes less, but I'm trying to get my hands on that. Because I think it's first time he did art in a book. I'm not sure. It could be writing or art, but yeah. I'm looking for that now. I'm on the hunt, because that's apparently a key of Weird War Tales, which not many of those exist.
What issue was that? 63?
63, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Biggie, I appreciate you being here, Biggie. You're the man.
Yeah.
we still love you, Biggie.
Yeah, man.
It's a Hickman book. It's a Hickman book. It's pretty good.
Biggie mentioned earlier in the chat also that Neil Adams did some weird War Tales cover art as well.
Huh.
Yeah, Neil Adams on some of that Weird Wars action.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. I didn't know that. Yeah, Frank Miller first I guess artwork or
I'm
art.
not positive. I gotta look at that. I think it's art though.
It is for art.
Yeah,
Not sure about the story.
Oh
Okay.
wait, you have that book in a high grade? That's awesome. Geek Aficionado has 63, I believe, in a high grade. That's awesome.
Is it slabbed or unslabbed? I can pull it up for you guys for sure. Give me uno segundo right here.
Yeah, no, I don't remember because like Weird War Tales has the best covers of almost any comic book.
The covers are really nice.
Some look like amazing metal covers and stuff.
Oh wow.
Joe Hubert.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
horror, a lot of those horror books have like really great covers. You know, I grew up on sci-fi and horror. My mom was a huge like horror sci-fi buff, so it's like I always like appealed to me. I just for some reason I was, you know, superheroes always just overlapped on all that stuff. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's nuts. And no, I'm not sure if it's the Silver Robot one. I can't remember.
I think he's right.
Is he? No, that's not it. I have that one, and that's not it.
Oh, this is in it, 63?
I don't think so. Hold on. I might be wrong with what I said.
Guys, we're on the hunt for it.
I might be wrong.
The hunt is on.
Man Cave, let us know if you know the issue off the top of your head.
I might have said the wrong one, but I'll look it up. Yeah, I said the wrong one. That's on me. That's on me, guys, not 63. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's all good, dude. We all know Chad, 90MF Comics. He's the spec master.
Frank.
We're all learning from his ways.
64. Oh, all right. I wasn't that
You were one off. That's
yeah.
Nintendo 64.
That's not bad.
You're like, you know, like, dude, you were one off. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's 64.
Oh, okay. I've seen this cover before. I feel like I've seen this cover before.
Yes.
Oh, that red is really good.
Joe Kubert.
I didn't even see the back art. Nice.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, Massey.
Yeah.
Even if no one else survives, you will live through D-Day thanks to me.
And that that looks like a Kubert cover just from the face.
Oh yeah, that's a Kubert.
Yeah,
that's Mr. Joey Kubert.
Yeah, and he's awesome.
GA had it. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, no, that's become some of my favorite stuff. And yeah, Howard Chaykin's done some stuff on it.
Nice.
Yeah, just a bunch of people pop up and will randomly knock something out of the park. Joe Kubert, of course, is on it a lot. It's good stuff.
My shop has number 5. Show number 5. Of course, man. Mambo number 5. Do you want me to?
And the trumpet, right?
Number 5 is an early issue, man. That's an early. Oh wow, that is a. Can I show this on stream? I think I should be allowed.
Yes. Oh, I got one. I got it. Oh, there's a Jim Starlin cover. You got to show. Let me get you the issue number.
Yeah. Oh, if you can get me the issue number.
No, but I saw this one on it's such a crazy.
Oh, that's Neil Adams. Yeah, it's his signature. That's an awesome signature placement.
That's cool. I was looking at that. I was reading what he's saying.
I don't know if Biggie's confused right now. I don't know if maybe this is not the one he's talking about.
That was number 5. You said to put up number 5, right?
Yeah.
All right. I found 89 is a Jim Starlin cover. It's a bit shocking, but it's crazy. It's not.
You know what? Conquistadors.
It's a bit shocking.
Don't matter.
Value. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta, and this is.
Oh, God,
I'm, gra- I'm grabbing on the seat right now. Here we go.
That's Jim Starlin, the creator of Thanos. I didn't do it.
yeah, but come on, brother.
Fine. It's just a bunch of gorillas with swastikas. You didn't have to. Like,
That is crazy.
but you know, a lot of these have to deal with Nazis. That's what Weird War Tales, most of those deal with.
The primate platoon.
Yeah.
We, of course, like I said earlier in the chat, it's very, very interesting to read these comics now in this day and age and learn from them. You know, like D Hyde said, this is Jim Starlin on the art, so you can imagine like the history that goes into these books.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier in the chat, it's like we can only strive as a civil, humans to be better and grow and learn. And of course, like I said, this is still history. This is
you
still
gotta know it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at the Invaders, for example.
Primate Platoon, it was the first appearance of the Primate Platoon in the DC.
The Invaders has like nothing but Nazis all over it. You know what I mean? That's what they were. That's what they were fighting.
That's what they're fighting. They had they had to talk about it.
There he is.
Yeah. There. Oh, that's a cool one. He just got. He has him in a cage. Oh man.
Oh, they're all in a cage.
Oh.
all of them are in a cage.
Yeah.
I think we should do like our top Weird War Tales covers or something like that.
I could dig.
Something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. How's those Invaders books? Any good? Good stuff?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Which one's?
It's more like international, isn't it? Like they go around the world, right?
Yeah. Trying to fight the Nazis. But this one's pretty cool. I even have some modern day like Invaders. Well, it's more modern than this, It's pretty cool.
Oh wow. Yeah, that definitely screams 1990s. Like right in your face.
Lower.
Yeah.
Oh, it was number 8, says Biggie. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me pull it up for you, Biggie. Weird War Tales number 64, story number 1 is co-penciled by Frank Miller.
Miller. Yeah.
I have a 9.6 level copy. I like that. He's a 9.6 level.
Damn. That's awesome. Is
the
that
Vader 65 is really good. Nice. Or 5. I don't know. He's going back and forth. 65.
Maybe if interested, if you're going to hold on to it or whatever, Geek Aficionado. If not, let me know what you'd be interested in. Because
I think it's slab though. Are you into the slab? Yeah.
Oh no, never mind that. Ungraded has 1 spine tick.
Let me see here, Biggie. Let me know if this is it.
Right. Oh, I've seen that one around. I almost had my hands on it in a lot, but I didn't get it.
That's a sick cover.
Yeah, Biggie, that's the one right here. It's cool for sure. Is this the no? I don't know who this would be. Just probably some Weird War monster.
Yeah.
You know who the cover on this bit is, Biggie? I'm not sure who the cover on that is, but that is sick.
Yeah.
Get it, Biggie. That's what Mankeg said. Aficionado is a hustler, man. We all get a little bit of hustler. We just show it off a little bit differently.
No, and not many people are talking about Weird War Tales, so he's got to capitalize on the market.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Everybody's like Weird War Tales. He's just like, oh, okay,
Yeah, of course.
D-Hyde, you already cleared him out, man.
I know, but I think he's got.
You're the one that took all the books.
You cleared our LCS out.
Yeah.
You want my books?
How many do you think you're at right now?
I don't know. Like I just compiled them all together. Not too long. I got like maybe close to 10, but okay. I've got 10 more coming to me though.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, I got some from Take the Time collectibles through pills and all that, as well as I got some on that eBay fight that I was in.
Nice, man.
for it. And yeah,
I saw some, and I bid on some, and then somebody bid me higher or bid higher than me, and I was like, let me look at some other things for right now.
yeah.
But I have some Omax coming my way, and I have some demons coming my way too.
Oh, wow.
Hyde is killing the game. Hell, Hyde has always been killing the game.
Yeah.
We've just been sleeping on it. Hyde has always the best recommendations. That's why we even started Oprah Boys Book Club.
Oprah Boys?
So thank you, D Hyde.
Thank you for leaving the pause. You know now.
Yeah, exactly. But man, we're wrapping things up. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. Kirk,
We got Jeff in the house.
Hey, what's up, Jeff? Kirk, I think you wanted to show off some books if you want to, man.
Oh, sure.
That you recently picked up. We're still lingering, hanging out with the chat for a little bit.
Actually, I got like 2 or 3 things that I think I want to show.
Yeah, that's right, man. Part of 90MF Comics. If you guys don't know 90MF Comics, hottest group, YouTube comic, podcast, videocast group out there. Every Tuesday, check us out. 90MF Comics channel. YouTube is 90. Oprah Boys.
Born in the 80s, Chad, but I was raised in the 90s.
That's right.
Here we go. Here's the first one. I've been collecting Separation Anxiety, and this has been nice. I read the first issue. It was really good, so I can't wait to dive into this one. Got some Star Wars goodness right here. Issue number 23. I got it because it's it's Vader. It's a great Vader cover.
Cool cover,
Millennium Falcon. It's cool. I'm really excited about getting this book because I've always wanted to read issue 1. I have a lot of 60 and up, but I got first issue of Rom the Space Knight.
Nice, man.
I got it for a really good deal, so I had to jump on it.
Jump on it.
Liked it so much, I got issue number 2. It was a set, so I bought it. And look at that cover, dude.
Dope cover, man, for sure.
I mean, I love the Brood saga and X-Men. He's fighting Brood all the time, so
Rom?
Yeah.
Rom fights Brood? No way, I did not know that.
He was fighting. Well, I guess in some of the series he's fighting the Brood, especially with Ant-Man. He was fighting the Brood.
That's badass.
And they took over. The Brood took over some of the ants, which was pretty intense. So I've been getting back into my Hulk. So I got some Silver Age Hulk goodness. This is issue number 103. I love this cover. Issue number 112. Look at that Hulk.
Wait a minute. Go back to that Silver Age goodness, brother.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh man, is that Firelord?
No, it's some dude named Space.
Dude.
Yeah, I guess this is his first appearance, but
yeah,
I don't know. Some
Space Parasite. That's a gnarly ass name.
I know, right? But he does have a fire stick or some kind of fire sword.
Nice.
This is a different, a unique Hulk. So I like. I'm used to Tales to Astonish Hulk. This is a great cover.
Umbu, the unliving.
Ooh, yeah. I just love the lettering for Incredible Hulk. And I need y'all to
fire books, man.
Grab your seats and hold on to your butts because it just got real. 105. I got this for a killer deal, and I am so happy that this can be put next to my Immortal Hulk #1 because I didn't even realize that was a homage to this cover for a while. And so I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I'm coming for you, Hulk 102. Coming for you.
Yo, Hulk 105, man. Nice 105 for sure, man.
Yeah. I mean, it has a couple of nicks, but I collect to read. I'm about to read that book tonight. Like I've always wanted to read that book.
The chat is loving that book, man. Anger.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Books.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome, man. You got X Collect in the chat too, man. What's going on?
What's up, X?
Thanks for being here, brother.
I just got those were some awesome pickups, man.
Oh, thank you.
No, you showed up at 105 and D-Hyde almost dropped, not dropped, but he like wobbled his
Yeah, I got a bunch of ice in my mouth too. It was timed pretty good. It was just a lot of things. Like, yeah, it was unrelated, but I guess it was related. The power.
Okay. Unrelated but related.
Yeah, the power of the Hulk made the ice cube jump in my mouth.
He's so strong. He makes your ice jump in your mouth. Hulk, annual one, yeah. You talking about the king size one? That one in Hulk 102 I want because I love the Inhumans, so I have to have that book.
That's awesome, man. Hey, congratulations, brother. That's
thank you.
Bomb set of books there, man. Feeling hey, all right, D-Hyde.
Yeah, let's just make it real quick.
Something up.
Yeah, this stuff's just hilarious. It's not like I'm showing off any big old crazy.
It's all good.
Yeah,
just like
because like I did, but this is a key. And Javi, you were there when I got this. This is a big key. Lady Cop.
I've never heard of it.
Oh no, and there's a reason because this is the only comic book she was ever in, and then like a character with her same like real civilian name is an Arrow as like an antagonist. So this is worth like $10, but because she is in a TV show, but it's not a thing, and she was never in anything but this first issue special, issue number 4. Because first issue special was just a series where they debuted characters in
first issue,
and this is some very problematic stuff in here. It's
is that a chain or a whip?
Oh, that's a chain.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he tries to throw her in the river. Yeah, no, it's pretty intense stuff. Like the Bronze Age was pretty intense, and here I got the unexpected.
Geek loves it, bro. Nice.
I've heard of the unexpected. But those are
that is
a good read.
Banger cover.
I haven't. This is sorry. Yeah, this is an amazing cover. It's like, oh no, this guy's strangled. Who could do such a terrible thing? A woman with 6 arms could strangle. Is what I think they're getting at. And this is again more DC horror anthology stuff. It's all incredible. Like it's all really good stuff. It's I can't believe it's not talked about more. It's just very much like Weird War Tales, but just unexpected. I'm not even sure what this is. I need to read these. And speaking of unexpected, Sergeant Fury Special Marvel Edition. To capture Adolf Hitler. They're gonna get him. All of these were in dollar bin, by the way, at my local store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's been pretty good getting. I just want to show this off because this is a classic, awesome Kirby cover. I was talking about getting them commodities.
Nice, man.
Oh, nice.
And my favorite part is the Tiger Army in the back there.
No way. It's an army of tigers.
Yeah, like
they're great, boys.
He's friend with all the tiger people, the tiger humanoid things. Like, yeah, no, this is Kirby's the best, man. This is awesome stuff. Like, here's Goat. We challenge you to read Ghosts, True Tales of the Weird and Supernatural. We got a Matador and a Ghost Bowl. And another anthology series. All good stuff.
Ghost is cool. Hylia really likes the Ghost series.
Hell yeah.
He just likes Ghosts.
Yeah, like it's all No, I love all this stuff. And here's one that I've never
seen. What is it? To kill a raging ghost bull?
To kill a raging wraith.
Oh, a raging wraith.
The Phantom Hoaxer and Hollywood Hauntings is the name of the third story. Oh, I cannot wait to read it.
Oh man, we gotta do. we gotta visit these anthology series
Yeah.
every couple weeks, you know, on Oprah Boys Book Club for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. And here's one that this is the last one that I'm going to show off. I got a bunch, but
Geek, I don't know if D-Hyde will be willing to let go of that lady cop, but man, you guys should definitely talk about it for sure.
I just got it.
oh man, the fact I might actually trade Lady Cop for something I want.
Somebody wants it.
I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Slide into my DMs on Instagram. We'll work it out. We'll work something out.
Awesome, man. That's good.
That's so funny.
I just want to say the banter. Hey, 90, I got your back. Whatever's going on in the chat, man. I got your back, brother.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, 90. Oh, good. But that's hilarious.
The Conquistadors, we support the 90 MF Comics movement.
Oh, man. And the last thing, this is a thing I've never heard of. This is the 7th issue of The World's Most Dangerous Villains. And I think it's close to the first issue special where they introduce you some villains instead of a hero. But wanted Dr. Clever, who arranged a KO for Johnny Quick.
Dr. Clever?
That's just the guy who fixed the fight. That guy they're just saying the guy fixed the fight. Like, it doesn't take a guy named Dr. Clever to fix a fucking fight. Like, I haven't read this, but I can't wait. Oh, and what else? Oh, they're both doctors. Dr. Glisten, who hung the Hour Man in midair by glistening. Oh, I got to read this now. I didn't even pay attention. This is so good. Yeah. Dr. Clever fixes boxing matches. Like, and he's like got horns and he's rubbing his hands together.
I'm your bookie's worst nightmare.
Is it supposed to be like a demon version of Don King? Is that what?
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Yeah,
Chad is definitely loving those books. We definitely gotta like bring those series back into the light again. You know.
Yeah, I'm doing what I can. They gotta exist somehow.
Yeah, and you brought up those Strange Sports Tales a couple weeks back. So those are really cool too, man.
And I've completed. Yeah, also through Take the Time Comics, I now have the full miniseries.
Of the Strange Sports Tales?
Oh, it's only 6 issues.
And you have all 6?
Yeah, I got 3 in the dollar bin. 3 from Take the Time.
Wow, you coming up, dude.
Yeah. When I see something, I take some. But yeah, those are dumb as hell too. Yeah, we got to explore these further.
Let's do it.
You know, Oprah Boys Book Club, OBBC. We're gonna be revisiting, talking about new stuff, old stuff. It don't matter. Whatever D-Hyde brings to the table, whatever Kirk brings to the table, whatever I bring to the table, or whatever you guys in the chat bring to the table. Let us know if you guys have any recommendations for some good book reviews, and even if they're bad book reviews, let us know. You know, we'll take a shot at it. We'll see if we can get through it and give our own spin on it, give our own take on it.
Yeah.
But man, I've been digging this. I like the mix of the old and new, the Marvel, the DC. It's a nice little flow. Kirk, you've been killing it, man. Thank you for being here.
Good for having me on.
No, I'm glad to do reviews with you guys. It's awesome.
Yeah, and D-Hyde, of course, man. Thank you for being here always.
No problem.
Gotta do MVDS at least one couple, you know.
Oh yeah, I just don't want to get taken down by the man again.
Yeah. I started to come up with the thumbnail for that video, and Biggie, I know I gotta do a thumbnail for you, brother. I haven't forgotten. I've just, you know, I gotta just work on it. But I got you, man. We got Southern Comic Geek in here. What's up?
What's up, Southern Comic Geek?
I'm so upset. I had an idea for
MVDS.
Yeah, and then it's gone now.
It'll pop up sometime. I always have pretty parts. There you go. See,
there was a few things, but I remembered one. There's Japanese robot wrestling.
Hell yeah, like Mecha Fight.
I was so happy when I saw it.
Yeah,
like no professional wrestling, but robots, and they're controlled, and it's an actual competition, and it's way more exciting than you'd want it to be.
Oh man, we got to somehow dive deep into that and see if we can get at least maybe if we
I'm
can't
just trying to watch a single match.
Yeah, if we can't do videos, maybe we can do pictures or like build.
No, we're doing videos. They're gonna have to take me down. Like like I'll do the effort. You know, it's gonna suck, but nah, because it's other YouTube videos we just put in the link. We'll just be super thorough. We'll be really thorough, guys.
Yeah, man. So, guys, everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. We're gonna wrap things up. 90 MF Comics, you the man. YouTube is 90. I hope you're taking care of things at home, brother. We miss you. Immortal Biggie Shaq. You know, I'll link up with you soon, brother. Southern Comic Geek. Thank you for jumping in here.
Thank all you guys. Love you so much. Thanks for watching us.
Yeah, Man Cave Comics, Geek Aficionado, holding it down.
At me. You might get your hands on a lady cop.
X Collect, thank you for jumping in. We're gonna try and do these book reviews every other Thursday, if not every Thursday, around 10 o'clock p.m. EST, 7 p.m. Pacific time, which is on Kirk's time. So appreciate you, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
D-Hide, you just jumped off screen, but mind.
I'm right here. Sorry.
Say your goodbyes, brother.
Well, you already know who it is. It's Mind Shift, aka Comics on the Mind. And I just want to appreciate every single one of you guys for coming out to the chat. I don't have anything else coming up this week, but you already know that you will see me in the chats lurking. I usually am in there chatting with you guys. But I really appreciate you guys all from the bottom of my heart. And please wash your hands and stay safe.
Hey, thank you, brother. We'll link up and we'll talk about a book we got to do for the upcoming.
If I think of anything, then I'll let you know too.
D-Hide, man, say your goodbyes.
All right, goodbye, y'all. It's another Oprah Boys book club, and this has been a fun one. I'm loving this new format. We're gonna be rocking the house now. Virus or no virus, Oprah Boys book club is gonna be
in full effect.
No. God damn it. Oprah Boys? I got a
boys. Oh, sorry.
Damn it. What would we be without me, Hobby? But no, yeah, we're in full effect. I'm glad everybody came out. This has been fun. Let's do it. Let's do it to it, everybody, and be safe. Let's do it to it and be safe. That's the best advice I got for you during this pandemic.
Awesome. And we want to thank, of course, you guys in the chat.
We appreciate you all.
Thank you for being here. Check out the Conquistador channel for more future content. And check out my Instagram. I am gonna be selling comics on my Instagram. I'm trying to do like things are a little bit weird right now. We can't get to our LCS, so I'm still trying to build like a online LCS. You know, let me be your comic book shop. Let me be your local comic book shop. What are you looking for?
Oh, wasn't that a Flock of Seagulls song? Let me be your comic shop.
I don't know, but I got to research that a little bit more. But no, check out my Instagram, Conquistador Cavi. I'll be posting books for sale on there, mostly run fillers, modern stuff. I'm trying to get more of a variety, more Silver Age, more Bronze Age, more of the goodies, more of the keys. But check out my Instagram for that, and check out the Conquistador YouTube channel for more future content. And like I said, every other Thursday, if not every Thursday, we'll be here. Oprah Boys Book Club. Thank you guys. Literary heroes. Oprah Boys. We'll see you guys. Have a great rest of your night.